Your favorite technology show, Tech Today, is on the road yet again. I'm here in Arlington, Virginia. This behind me is Amazon's second headquarters here in the US. It's going to be an exclusive first look on the show and, of course, the big Amazon event. All I can tell you as a spoiler alert is AI, and a lot of AI. In fact, that's not just the Amazon event we're talking about. We're going to take you to the other coast of the United States with another Tech Today exclusive and so much more AI happening back home as well. I'm your host, Ayush Alavadi, and this is Tech Today. Well, this might look like an ordinary smart speaker, but this is the newly launched Echo Show 8 here at Amazon HQ2 in Arlington, Virginia. That's where I am at the big Amazon launch event. And what makes this one really special is a new small technology hack, which seems incremental, but can be a game changer. And that's essentially called far field. So if I want to consume content and I'm closer to the Echo Show device, it will be displayed like this. But if I walk a few steps back, it will then adjust or adapt the content for me to see it from this particular distance. Now, how is this possible? It's possible using proximity sensors, the camera right over here. You can see it's already adjusted for me coming back right over here, closer to the device. It also has, well, a new speaker at the back, which is much improved. It comes with spatial audio and can really sort out, well, a room with all the cabinets and figure out where it tosses the audio in what proportion. So much better sound quality, way more immersive, but it is $150 here in the US. This is one of those Amazon products which will make its way to India. There's a bunch of announcements here at the Amazon event. Now, some of those products you might not see in India. We will show you those on Tech Today. This is your exclusive first look of the Echo Show 8. But the big buzzword for Amazon this time was generative AI. Alexa is getting smarter, it's supercharged, and, well, it's a lot more conversational. The wake words change, the way you talk to it changes, the way you interact changes. And the person who's been behind all of this, the real brain behind Alexa, had a chat with me. Well, let's give you a snippet of that conversation. Well, we've always known Alexa is a very smart personal assistant, but here at the big Amazon launch event, I think it's been supercharged a little bit more. Generative AI is the buzzword, and the man who's behind this transformation and revolution is standing here with me in Arlington yet again. Rohit Prasad, what a pleasure to have you yet again in the outdoors, though. I think this is becoming a habit with the two of us.
Yes. Last time we were in Vegas, it was hot. Today is much better weather.
It's much better weather. I'm going to have a nice walk and talk with you as well. But when we talk about the Alexa announcement, yes, there was Echo Show devices and so much more that was announced in the lineup. But this focus on Alexa and generative AI, Rohit, I think the time is now and the time seems right given what Microsoft has done with ChatGPT, what Google's done with Bard. But this becomes a lot more conversational, a lot more relatable, and a little smarter as well.
So first, I'm super excited because I feel how I felt in 2014. Then we were bringing a personal assistant in ambient homes, which nobody had done before. And today we have taken another big step, which is to take generative AI and make it useful in homes through a personal AI that is there for you when you need it, and it recedes to the background when you don't. And it's happening because we're able to take the powers of generative AI or large language models in general and combine it with real-time devices and services to the scale that no one has done it before, and integrate personal context of what you like to eat, what you like to watch, what you like to listen to, what games you watch. And in addition, we wanted Alexa to be that trusted AI with that fun personality that it is, and have aligned this model to be optimal for voice interactions in homes with people from 2 years old to 100 years old.
What I find fascinating is that you guys are doing this with a plan, of course. And whilst we walk, I will talk about that plan. What's interesting is you're talking about 5 pillars with which you want to build, well, your AI plan. And you are up on stage saying it very tersely. I saw the pie charts all intersecting as well. But that is key.
Yes.
Because we talk about responsible AI. We talk about being conversational, relatable. You want to touch upon some of those themes as well?
Yeah, actually. So first and foremost, along with that transformation of large language models that are very powerful at generating text, they're very good at taking context and resolving it. In terms of if you were referring, you don't refer to me with Rohit every time. You say you, so occasionally, which is using pronouns. Those are implicit powers of the large language models, but if you're using it in voice interactions, you need world-class interaction paradigm. You need to be just look at you And if I'm looking at you, I'm intent to speak to you and not use your name.
Absolutely.
So that's an important first step. Then the way you and I talk is very natural and intuitive, but if you remember the voice assistants, like how we talk to them, it's a little more sort of use certain words, don't pause, and then it becomes a bit unnatural.
Yeah.
And we are eliminating that barrier too with a new speech recognition engine that converts audio into text as free-flowing as you and I are talking. So, and then, of course, marrying it with the large language model makes the best of the world, but then you have to still speak back in the same expressive way. If you are engaging with me and it's a joyful topic, I should respond joyfully. And if it's a somber one, then it should be more empathetic tone. So being able to model your tone and the emotional variations is in how you speak back is incredible. So this is the science of the conversation coming together. And then I think Alexa, how many times I hear about Alexa is my loved assistant, or the people say I love Alexa. So that means the personality has to be as relatable, and that works for everyone. And I think those are important elements that are truly standing out here.
That's what interesting is that, of course, we have Alexa getting a lot smarter, but that little bit of emotion coming in makes it a lot more relatable.
A lot more relatable, a lot more, because just being smart is not sufficient.
Absolutely.
Being relatable is super important.
Just one very quick thing before we wrap up, Rohit, is there's so much happening at the back end. And as a user, when you're considering what the experience is like, you just look at that interface, which you guys are doing a great job in making better. But you want to touch upon all the APIs, all the LLM piece, all the data at the back end with all the checks and balances, because that's what a lot of people will want to know about.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the way I think of it is this is one of the largest integration of a myriad of APIs and services. If you just saw the demo today, it was connected to the real internet. It was connected to the real-time feed of how many yards did Geno Smith throw for. So if you start putting it all together, the number of services that it's integrating is in the hundreds and the thousands. So, and this is still at the very beginning, but still that big. And then you have to think about all the machine learning components that are working in concert to make that complex become incredibly simple. Because we do want you as a customer to not have to have the cognitive load of thinking about how does this technology work versus just use it and get the utility out of it.
And very quickly, when you talk about the future of AI revolution, as an AI expert, Rohit, do you think the future of what you're doing at Amazon will eventually need to be a lot more interoperable, perhaps work with other providers and other tech companies to maybe make this one of the primary solutions when we're talking about AI? Your vision and understanding of conversational or generative AI.
I think we have been always, from the very beginning, all for interoperability as well as giving customers the selection. Because that's the right thing. If you look at Amazon, it has the largest selection of products we sell. If you look at AWS Bedrock, it has multiple LLM providers in there because we want customers to have that selection. If you look at Alexa, we have multiple services that are some of not our own, even in the industry we are in, like Amazon Music you can use for music, but you can also use Spotify for music. And interoperability, we also introduced Voice Interoperability Initiative, which is VII, that we were one of the founders for that, and we'll continue to invest in those areas.
Super duper, Rohit. Absolute pleasure having you on Tech Today yet again, and we hope to have you very soon in India, and then we'll have this conversation with a lot more local flavors, sights and sounds, and get you back home.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, Rohit.
So much
Thank you.
Time. Thank you.
Fun fact, you will always see a banana stand like this one for the community outside any Amazon headquarter. We're outside Amazon HQ2 in Arlington, Virginia, and this is the iconic banana stand. Big backstory. For that, you have to go to my Instagram stories or the Tech Today website to find out exactly what's the deal behind this particular setup. But people usually compare apples with oranges, and then that's not done. Today, let's compare apples with bananas. Okay, bad joke. What I'm trying to say is it's a big week also for Apple because it's following from the Apple event. And now iPhones are available all across the world, here in the US and in India. What's the buzz all about? Are people still excited about an iPhone 15? More importantly, iOS 17, the software powering these iPhones, is also being rolled out this week. What's the experience like? Well, all of that are coming to you from the Tech Today team in this special report.
Hi guys, I am here at Apple Saket store in New Delhi, and today is the first day of iPhone 15 series sale, and this was the first time that Apple fans could buy their new models directly from the store. We saw huge lines, long lines, people waiting from 4 a.m. in the morning to get their hands on their new devices. Let's speak to some of them and let's see what they have to say. are you here to buy?
To buy iPhone 15.
I'm here to support her. She's gonna buy iPhone 15 Pro Max.
Yeah, how long have you been here for?
Just 1 hour before I came here in the morning.
1 hour around.
Congratulations, you are one of the first ones to buy this phone in India.
Thank you so much.
Which one is it?
It is 15, 128 basic.
Which phone did you buy?
15 Pro Max.
How do you feel about it?
Amazing.
Yeah, it's been a proud moment. Like Apple is trying to, set up the store from like 4 or 5 years. Now they are finally making and selling in India only. So it's been a great experience.
Is there any specific reason you like iPhone 15 Pro Max?
Like the Apple tagline says, if you don't have an iPhone, you don't have an iPhone.
I think it's just a very big upgrade for me because I was using an iPhone and now it's about 7 generations ahead, I think. So this phone had 16 GB of storage, that's 256. There's USB-C, that's the biggest update, I think.
What do you like about that phone?
I think everything about the phone.
I think so many things I'm upgrading after so many years. So a lot of features for me to upgrade, like dynamic island, the camera importantly, which matters to be the most.
It's highly value for money, I think, and it has got all the features similar to Pro Max, which is something like 70,000 more expensive.
It has finally USB Type-C. So like it's a big relief, right?
Yeah, I can use one cable for all, like PC and phone and the other phone as well.
You have to wake up early in the morning and come here.
This is called fanboy moment, and I want to experience the crowd, the atmosphere here. That's the only reason I came here. Otherwise, I'm not in rush to get the phone in my hand, but I want to experience the climate.
So iPhone 15 is made in India. What do you have to say about it?
For I think Apple lovers, it doesn't really make a difference whether it's India or abroad. For us, it's just Apple end of the day and the utility that it provides.
So these were Apple fans lined up since 4 a.m. in the morning, sacrificing their sleeps and traveling from far distances just to get their hands on the new models. To find out more about these new iPhones, stay tuned to Tech Today for detailed reviews.
The new iPhones are all the frenzy these days. But don't worry, Apple hasn't forgotten about its existing iPhone users. And to prove that, I have the iOS 17 update. This has a lot of new, interesting and colorful elements that might even make some of your friends with Android smartphones jealous. So let's dive straight in and tell you the 3 most interesting features of iOS 17. So the first feature is called contact posters. Whenever you call somebody, what do they see? They see the name that they've saved or even your unknown number. So Apple has devised a way in which you can control what the other person sees, and that is through contact posters. Let me show how it works. So you go to your contacts and then you'll see your card. It'll be written My Card. You tap on that and then on the top right corner you can hit Edit. There you can select whichever photo you want them to see. You hit Edit and then you can customize it in any which way you want it. You can select different filters. You can change the font to whichever size or color or type you want, and then you can just hit Done. Yeah, it should be loading fine, and hit Continue and you're done. Every time you call somebody, they will see this picture with the same font and the same color scheme that you have selected. So let's try calling someone. This is how it's looking. And it looks pretty slick if you ask me. So now on to the second feature. You've already created that beautiful contact poster, but it'll be a shame if you don't get to share it. So Apple has devised a new feature called Name Drop. Now it is not only efficient in sharing contacts, but it also looks ultra cool. Let us show you how. So you just take 2 iPhones, you bump them together, and then you can see how they share a contact. Now the catch is that you'll always have to keep your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on while using this feature, and it's default on iOS 17. Now on to the third most interesting feature, which is called standby mode. Now, what do you do with your phone when it's not in use? You just keep it on a table, right? Now this feature lets your iPhone turn into a smart display. You can see your calendar, your clock, and even a few images of your liking. And it will give you glanceable information while the phone is just lying around charging. And yes, all you need to do is just plug in the phone and place it horizontally in the locked position. In this standby mode, you can just select the widget you like. You just have to scroll up and down to select the one that you wish and keep it like that. Looking at these interesting features, I'm sure a lot of hardcore Android fans will also feel a little jealous, just like me. But do share it with them to see their priceless reactions. And keep watching Tech Today.
We're talking so much about artificial intelligence, but what if I told you that there is an AI smart cooking assistant now available in India? Well, over to Tech Today's Priya Singh with this special report.
Artificial intelligence has set foot in all parts of our lives. But what is this hype all about? Hi guys, this is Priya on Tech Today, and today I'm here at Moti Mahal Deluxe in South X New Delhi to test out a really fun device. This right here is a smart cooking assistant called Delish Up by Appliance. Here, this promises to make really good dishes with the help of artificial intelligence. Here with me is Chef Yuvraj Kohli, who owns this beautiful restaurant and will help me test out this device. Welcome, Chef Yuvraj.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and it's a very interesting looking machine.
So what do you want to make today?
So this is like a menu that we can choose from. It has various dishes here. I think you have beverages here and main course and eggs. I think let's do something oriental today.
Yeah, sure.
I think you have like a prawn option. Let's see if they have a prawn stir fry. Let's search for it.
All right, let's try prawn stir fry today.
So step 1 is to keep 430 grams of washed prawns aside. Now we have to add dried red chili, 5 pieces, and 10 garlic cloves. And let them mix properly.
So let's open this up. And remaining items are refined oil. So this is seeming like.
Now we have to add some butter and refined oil and let it sort the aromatics. Now we have to add salt and Kashmiri mirch and finally add the prawns. Then just press start and in 15 minutes you are good to go.
So I think it's done.
Yes.
Let's open it.
Definitely. It is already smelling so good. Let's see how it looks. It's looking amazing. Let's just serve it. I think we have to just pour it into this.
It looks good too.
I'll put this right here and put this right in front. And I also went to the kitchen and created my own version of this. Just to see if there's a difference in taste. So just give me a minute, I'll be back. And this is my version of the prawn from my kitchen, which I just made just right now.
Both look really nice and they smell good as well.
And there's a little difference. Obviously, we've put a lot of presentations on it, and this has come directly from here. But I'm sure it's going to taste just as good.
Yeah, so let's try them out.
Let's try it out. I'll just take a small piece and put it on my plate. You know what? I feel, even though it looks brilliant, but it looks a little hard, because when I cook it myself in the kitchen, I ensure that the body and the whole feel of the prawn should be cooked. Anyway, let's taste it. The taste is pretty good. It's hit the mark absolutely. But I just feel that it could be cooked a little more. Hence, this machine should give us a little more time for cooking, because the whole process of it softening up will come in from more cooking. That's my only advice. But in terms of the taste, there's not so much of a difference between my cooking and this cooking.
You try that one as well?
Yes, I'll try my piece, even though I've had it several times before, but I will try this also. See, you can automatically see the softness, and the color is absolutely different. That has more coloring because we added spice to it. Otherwise, in this, we normally don't add so much. This is so much nicer, crunchier, and you can cut through the skin much more easy. So the only advice I might have for this is that this should have more cooking time in this, and it will turn out just as well as the restaurant.
So here we have the verdict. AI versus human. Obviously, AI has not reached that level yet. It still needs, a lot of improvements. It tastes well, so brownie points for that. It looks good as well, but we will need more improvements in that.
AI, and a whole lot more AI. It's a step-by-step process. As I'm here in Arlington, Virginia at Amazon HQ2, it's good to see Amazon finally catching up and talking about making AI more smart, making it more useful, and a whole lot easier to converse with. A little bit of empathy, and that's kind of scary, but it's also very, very interesting to see that AI is growing in leaps and bounds. And of course, you heard all of this first on your favorite technology show, Tech Today. I'm your host, Ayush Alavadi, saying thank you so much for watching. Until next week, adios.